Hey guys, this is another. Oh my god, this wire is over my hand.
You
Anyway,
screwed
hey
up.
guys, I didn't screw it up.
Start over.
No,
Start
no,
over.
I'm not starting
Give 'em-
over.
All right, then we'll do it live.
We'll do it live. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, I have Saberspark and Tommy Oliver with me, and we're going to discuss season 4 and what we thought of it. So, I think it's better than last season, definitely by a long shot, but not better than season 2 or 1. What do you guys think?
I haven't even finished season 4 yet, so I
Wait,
really can't
you,
say.
You just had the only episode you haven't seen was Pinky Apple
no,
Pie.
there's a few.
Oh, there's a few.
There's 3, I think. There's Pinky Apple Pie.
We just kick him from his call then, because
Yeah,
he's
let's
useless.
just.
Go away! Then there's the Spike rarity one where Spike and
Inspiration manifestation.
yes, and then there's another one. I forget which one, or was it Equestria Games? Whatever. I mean, from what I've seen, like I've heard you all talk about the episodes. Obviously, Tom, you do your analysis videos, and I watch those in Paleo. You chat with me all the time, and I watch your stuff as well. I agree that it's like up, down, up, down, up,
Yeah.
down. And then there's some episodes where I'm like, I mean, the episodes that are good are really, really good. Pinky Pride, Paleo, you said that in your video.
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah,
excellent
that's my
episode.
favorite one.
Like one of the best ones from from this generation of the show. Period. I've enjoyed it, and you're right. It is better than season 3. What do you think, Tom?
I would agree. I think it's better, much better than season 3 overall. It does fluctuate a lot in terms of quality, but when it does something well, it did really friggin' well. I mean, Rarity Takes Manhattan, Flight to the Finish, Pinky Pride. And I think the finale was fantastic. I think it definitely delivered in terms of spectacle and scope in a way that none of the other finales have really done so far. I mean, it took Candlelight Weddings kind of just like ridiculousness and like played off of that and made it even bigger.
No,
So-
I'm gonna disagree. I actually preferred Candlelight Wedding over that, mainly because, okay, Tarek's a cool bad guy and all, but and I also need to realize that this is not when I say children's show. I as in like they're not gonna make like an Oscar-worthy episode. Let's be real here. They're just gonna make something that they can actually do. So Tarek is cool. It's cool that they use a Generation 1 villain. That's a really cool throwback. But I think Chris was a better character. She had more of a motivation. Was like more like the Ursula going on with the Caroline Wedding, while Tarek is more like, I'm a straight up bad guy. I'm just going to crush everything. Which is cool in its own way, but it's not as deep as some of the other villains, like Discord, of course, or Chrysalis. But he's a lot better than Sombra.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's not saying much though. No, I think when I say scope though,
It's like age is better than cancer, right?
I just like in terms of like they had like this ridiculous fight scene, which is something you don't really expect to see in this show, and they tied him in with a lot of the lore and bring it back to the previous generation of show, bring back the character. They did a lot of new things, a lot of things they hadn't really done before in the show, and in that sense, I think that finale did a lot more kind of development, I guess, than we've seen before. And I guess that's kind of was the whole point of this season, was trying to tell a grander story. And it did that with varying degrees of success, depending on which kind of aspects you take a look at. Equestria Games, not so good. The key arc, I mean, when considering the keys, despite the fact that there was just like so much padding in between,
Yeah.
which is fine because this show is segmented by design. So in that case, it doesn't feel intrusive. But when examining the premiere, the key episodes, and then the finale, it does that pretty well. It keeps a theme going on. There's like a very obvious kind of connection between those episodes, and it doesn't lead your expectations in a false direction. Like the finale delivered exactly the way that I felt they were building it up to be. there wasn't anything that underwhelmed me with the finale in terms of what it was trying to deliver. You know, because you
Yeah.
knew that like there was gonna be this key thing, it was gonna have this box, and you're gonna get like new powers, and like it was they set up in the beginning in the premiere of season 4 that this was gonna be about Twilight becoming a princess and like trying to deal with the fallout of that. And while the slice of life filler kind of threw the whole progression for a loop, by the end of the season with the finale, they do kind of examine that, like, okay, you got your new crib, and you know, like, well, you're officially the princess of friendship, even though we've all been saying that since the beginning. So, but they followed through with that, and they tried to kind of bring that home a bit more. So in that regards, I think in terms of telling that cohesive story, they did pretty well considering the structure of the show that they were using for it.
Yeah. Terry was a cool boss. I think he
A cool boss.
villain.
Well,
it's neat how they did do some world building with Scorpion, Tyrick. I mean, it's just the fact that they used Generation 1 villains is really neat to me. It shows
You called it. You called it at BronyCon last year.
yeah, I know.
speculation, and I think it's really cool. They adapted him perfectly. And
Yeah.
what, because Tyrick, I mean, he was a pretty serious bad guy in Generation 1, and he wasn't messing around.
Right.
And I love world building. I think world building is one of my favorite things in this show. When the world gets bigger and you can, like, there's more going on. Like during the Equestria Games, you start seeing like other different countries and representatives. And season 4 has been great for doing that. And then you have like Tyrick and his brother, Scorpion went away back to his homeland. And it's like, where's that? Is that
Right.
in the northern wastelands where Chrysalis lives? What's going on? There's a bigger picture, and it gets me excited for season 5 because I bet we're going to see Scorpion in season 5.
That'd be cool. One thing I wanted to add to the finale is that I was expecting the finale to be a lot worse, especially after seeing those promo images of the rainbow powers, because I was like, oh god, no.
Those are kind of weird, but
They were only there for a few seconds. I mean, again, it's like,
Yeah.
get your toys. Let's go.
yeah, like they needed the toy bait, and they didn't focus on it too much. And you know, as garish as I thought that they were, they played it as best as they could, and I have
Yeah.
to give them props for that. It's just like they're here and they're gone, and let's just forget that even happened. You know, we've appeased the powers that be, and that's that.
And they didn't look that bad, in my opinion. They could have been much worse. Like, they had stickers on their butts and their legs and arms. I actually think Twilight's design was my favorite. I loved her wings and what they looked like, the color design on her wings.
Right. I think
So-
Twilight's design worked the best
Yeah.
in terms of.
I think
just
Applejack's was
colors.
terrible.
There was somebody who made a Tumblr post with, like, all the main 6, but they were recolored differently.
Mm-hmm.
And Fluttershy, Rainbow Dashes, and Twilight's wings were all colored with the tips and really cool, like, different shades of their main colors. And I thought, man, if they could have done it like that, that would have been awesome. I'll
I
find
think
the
the-
pictures for you.
My big problem with the designs was that the show uses like heavy pastels. Like they're all like kind of muted colors, you know, especially like something like Rainbow Dash when okay, we're gonna have every single color of the rainbow. So they kind of tone it back, they pull them back a little bit, makes them a softer, more pastel, so they blend together better. And it kind of, you know, creates that look that the show has. And then with the rainbow box and like giving them the like rainbow power version, the colors that they threw in there are a lot stronger, and I felt that there was like a bit of a clash in terms of the visual language. Like Rarity has this really like subtle, like soft purple blue kind of inner main, and then they have the yellow in there, which is fine because that's a pastel kind of yellow, but then they have that harsh, like really strong pure violet right next to it. So putting that right next to the regular purple inner main, just like it doesn't work. Like they clash because
Yeah.
they're too similar, and it does that a lot. Like they threw like a really bright red on Rainbow Dash's like cerulean coat, and it's just like they're like
Yeah.
little things like that. Just they don't really work. But I mean, it's really not even worth bitching about because it was such a small thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if that becomes the new elements of harmony, and we see that like twice a season going forward, then yeah, I'm gonna start having more of an issue with it. But if that's just like it was here, it made a little like crystal tree, and now we're done with it, that's cool. I'm okay. Like,
So what? Do they
whatever.
have access to that form now? Is
That's
that
the
Super
question,
Saiyan?
right?
Super Saiyan.
They're like, oh god, it's Jarek's back.
Yeah.
The hair turns blonde. Well, I want to make sure that I don't get too fixated on the finale, What episodes do you guys think were like the ones you cared the least for?
Daring don't. I already know that for me.
Yeah, I didn't like Daring Do It too much. I've kind of warmed up to it a little bit. I still don't like it, but I don't like the fact that they made Daring Do real more than the episode itself.
Yeah, that's
Breezy's was bad.
That's the same with me. Like, I just can't get over the fact that they did that. Like throughout the whole episode, I was like, why did they do that? Why did they do that?
Right.
Why did they do
and
that?
that's the whole thing. Is like they tried to do a lot of stuff to expand the world, and some of them stuck, and some of them didn't. And that was one of the things that I didn't think worked very well.
I hated the Fem Flam Philosophy episode with passion. I hated it.
Fan philosophy. What?
Actually,
Philosophy?
Whatever. Fem Flam. Pandering.
It was just boring. That one was
Yeah, the
really
Flim Flam
boring.
episode. Yeah, that was.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I don't hate it. It was such a boring episode, which makes me hate it.
Yeah.
It was just because there were a lot of episodes this season, and that was really, I think, this season's kind of sin is that it was never like really horrible. There were a couple that were, but for the most part,
Like Manager Law is horrible. That's a bad episode, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But you're getting at the boring factor.
it's that like so many of these episodes felt like stuff that we'd watched before in Doug and in Hey Arnold, and like they played to like these like tropes of children's television way too closely, and so you knew everything was going to happen right from the beginning. You know, like Trajan's a good example of that. Like Trajan wasn't a bad episode, but it played like every single swap meet cliche ever. Like they couldn't pick one, so like let's just split them up into three, you know, groups, and then we'll have each one. So you knew exactly where all those stories are going to go, and it was harmless enough, like, for what it was. But I just wasn't interested. It's just like you knew exactly where it was going to go, and they did that a lot. Like Castlemania played like the Scooby Doo kind of trope thing.
Yeah,
that was a boring
And
episode.
Oh God, I can't even remember the rest of them because they were boring. Like,
I have a list of the
Leap of
episodes
Faith,
right here.
which we just talked about,
Let's
was
see.
boring and did the kind
List
of.
them off. Let's go from start to finish, and we'll all give our quick opinions.
Okay, well, of course, there's the premiere.
That's good.
The premiere was good.
Here
Castlemania.
answered questions that needed to be answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it brought up a lot of subjects that needed to be addressed.
You know what I want to see, just on a quick note, because it was cool just seeing the history of Celestia and Luna and Discord. Like I always appreciate that. I love seeing what's going on in the past, and that's why I also love the finale so much. Is they had that thing with Tyrek and Scorpion, and how Scorpion even like talked with Star Swirl the Bearded. Like I can't wait to see him in an episode. Like I want to see what he I feel like he plays some role in this that they're not really hinting at yet. But I want to see what's the story on Celestia and Luna's parents. I've said that 100 times, and I want to see that in season 5. Like what's the ultimate beginning? Where did Celestia and Luna start off? What's their story? I want to see one of their episodes. We still
don't know a lot about them.
We don't.
Yeah.
And it's hard because, like, in order to really do a character study of them, you got to examine some themes that the show kind of is almost kind of beyond the scope of the show. Just like talking about like immortality and like long life and dealing with like that like overarching wisdom and that you get from like life experience like that and dealing with loss. And I feel like in order to examine their backstory effectively, it would need to at least touch on things like that without being hollow and feel like it was just like giving them a story that really didn't take into account who they are and what they represent. So I think that's probably why they haven't done it yet, just because it's so difficult to do it correctly given the limitations.
Do you want to hear my stupid headcanon? Like this is I try not to indulge in headcanon too much, but this is my headcanon. My headcanon, and y'all gonna cringe, we all cringe at headcanon, it's just the way it is that
Light Hope is the father.
Mother. That Celestia and Luna have parents. The parents were the king and queen. They're the ones who were there with other alicorns. And there was another okay, it's hard to explain. The humans from Equestria Girls used to live in Equestria alongside with the alicorns. And then one of the humans screwed up and unleashed the portal to Tartarus. So all the monsters coming out of there, and now the king human who made this happen, he turned to a monster and became Tyrek or whatever. I don't know. I'm still working those ones out. So then I'm thinking of this king's daughter. Now she has to like make this right, and the King Alicorn of Luna and Celestia had to fight this demon, and he died in the fight. And now the Queen Alicorn has to teach the young female human, like, this is what we have to do to stop this. So, okay, let me get back on track. This is really good storytelling, let me tell you. So, okay, let me just get down to the basics. So the idea is that the humans, the Equestria girls, humans, they have to fight the monsters in Tartarus. There's a huge battle. It ends off with them, the monsters being defeated, but most of the humans are wiped out in the process, and so was Celestia's mother and father. They're dead now. And this magic, like all this chaos, has thrown everything out of loop. Like the sun won't rise, the moon won't rise, and Celestia's mother, their dying breath, is like, you two have to be left. You two need to take care of everything now. Your task in this world is to maintain order. I don't know. And then the rest of the humans are like, we can't stay here anymore. We screwed this up. We have to go to our own dimension, our own world, and then make the portal to Equestria Girls. Oh, man, that's some grade A, storytelling right there. Let me tell you.
Wow.
So yes,
Well, that's the whole thing. Is that like as
It's
out there
horrible.
as that is, like, the world is so kind of loosely framed that it could happen.
That's some horrible head. That's my headcanon. I think it'd be cool if they somehow tied that in where there were humans in Equestria, and they're the ones who like just made they will never do this. It's too heavy for the show. It's way too heavy of a tone and really corny, dramatic fanfics. But yeah, that's my headcanon. Whatever. I'm getting off topic, guys. I'm sorry. As you were saying.
Okay, I was just going down the list of the episodes. Castlemania, we've already touched on that. Daring Don't touch on that. Flight to the Finish, that was a good one.
That was
That's
a
my favorite-
Scootloo one,
favorite
right?
season.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
So
Scoot's finally got her episode. Wait, didn't she?
just Sleepless in Ponyville.
Yeah, that was last season.
That was when they finally.
No.
That's
Did
the
she?
whole flying thing?
Did Scootloo win the race, or was the race, or what?
Race.
Or what was this? What
No, it was a talent
They were
thing.
doing the routine.
Yeah, the routine for the equestrian games. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Diamantara Zois were like, "Hey, you can't fly, lol," and then she's like,
They're jerks, man.
"Yeah."
Okay. We can go on for like 5 more minutes, but I'll just go down the list a little bit. Power ponies, bats.
I like Power Ponies, and I like Power Ponies, and Bat's episode was all right. I like that.
Bats was okay. Power Ponies was a popcorn episode. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very fun,
It's
But-
goofy.
but
Yeah.
they still do
Forget
like
it.
the same thing they do with Spike all the time.
Yeah.
Poor Spike.
Yeah.
What's after Flutterbat?
Flutterbat. Rarity takes Manhattan. Mayhem.
That was great. I love that one.
Coco Pummel.
Hmm.
She's adorable. I'm 25.
Pinkle. I mean, Pinky Apple Pie.
Seen it yet?
Yeah, you haven't seen that yet, but I think it's one
That
of the
one
best
was really
episodes.
fun.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Black Griffin that weekend, and we never got a chance to watch the
Yeah,
episode.
even though you referenced the episode in that video you made,
What
Yeah.
the heck?
we still haven't watched it.
We're hypocrites.
You're not a real brony. Not a brony. Neither are you, Tom, because you don't like season 4 apparently.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We're scum. Scum of the earth. All right. What's
Oh,
next?
here's one that I forgot about. Three's a Crowd.
Ugh.
Which one was that?
The one with
That was
the
the one when Discord gets sick.
Yeah. Did you see
Wait,
that one?
he gets sick?
Yeah, he
the
turns
blue
blue.
flu.
What does he do with when he's sick?
Be a dick.
Was this the one with Photoshop being friendly to him at the end, or was that another episode?
No, that was
No, that
last
from
season.
season 3. That's This is the one with when Cadence and Twilight have to take care of him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that monster at the end. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind
Yeah.
of.
That's pretty
Well,
boring.
it's a shame for a Discord episode. 'Cause Discord's a cool character.
Oh, here's another one I forgot about. When this was after Pinky Pride. Simple Ways. That's the one with the pony that looks like Fenning.
Yeah, turned
Yeah.
to hoof.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a forgettable episode.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I
But yeah.
liked Rarity, but
One thing I wanted to touch on was Pinky Pride. What were you guys expecting from Weird Al?
nothing because I don't really know anything about Weird Al. In fact, if If no one had told me that that was Weird Al, I never would have realized it.
I was expecting some awesome songs, and that's about it. He did excellent. He did superb. He was a great character. Everything came perfectly together that episode. Loved it. The songs, the jokes, the faces, the animation, the story. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good episode.
Philly Vanilli.
That was fun.
Which one was that?
That's the one where
when,
Fluttershy becomes Flutter Guy again.
Oh yeah,
for the Ponytones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I like the music in that. So
Yeah.
It was a catchy song. I wish they did like a full version of it. They just repeated like the same couple lines like 4 times.
Yeah, with the
Instead of doing
montage.
the montage for it.
It was good.
That was fun. It was cool. There was nothing really too bad about it.
Twilight Time. I really like that one.
I liked Twilight Time a lot,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Twilight Time. Twilight Time.
It was all right. Not my favorite, but it was good.
It ain't easy being breezy. I know you hate this one because we did a video on
I
it.
actually love that one. It's funny. You guys are being jerks. I'm sorry. I lashed out. Like, I mean, I know, Tom, you don't like it because it's just a really stupid episode, and I'll admit it's really stupid. I mean, breezies, come on. But
It's kind of the daring don't thing all over again. It's not so much the episode.
It's just that you're like, why did they do this?
But
yeah,
because toys. That's why.
I will say that Daring Dont's a better episode than Breezy's, even not considering the dumb thing that they do.
Well, I know.
I think the best thing about that episode is the moral. The moral was awesome because it's My Little Pony talking about the Socratic mean. I'm just like, wow, I did not expect that to happen, but there it is, you know?
I just like it for the stupid Swedish, thing.
yeah.
I'm sorry I lashed out. That was enough to seal the deal for me. I'm like, that's hilarious. That and they're like, he's like, I need to go home and see my wife and child. I'm like, you look like a shit. Okay.
This is another one I forgot about. Some Pony to Watch Over Me.
I liked that one.
No idea what episode that is.
That's the one
That's
where...
the one when Apple Bloom wants to stay home by herself.
Yeah.
And Applejack gets super overprotective.
Yeah, I did not like that episode. But
By
you
the
liked
way,
it. Yeah,
I haven't seen this stuff in a while, so maybe it's not fair for me to pass judgment saying, "Oh, it's boring," because I haven't watched it in a while. So keep that in mind, people who watch this video. I'm not trying to be Mr. Bring the hammer down on all these episodes. That was the one where what was the that was the one with the monster at the end, right?
Yeah, that was the one with the Chimera, which was an actual Chimera.
It was kind of cool. Yeah, it was an alright episode.
A Mod Pie.
I loved it.
I like it, but I hate what they did with the moral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of okay. I was lukewarm on Mod, and I think that's still my most disliked video because everyone got pissed that I didn't fanboy
that you
over
didn't like
Mod.
it, yeah.
So
I love Maud. I think she's a great character. She reminded me a lot of Doreen or what's
Daria.
That? Yeah.
Daria.
Yeah, Daria.
I love just her character. I loved her voice. I think it's funny how I think in season 1 when Pinky was working on the rock farm, you only see 2 of her sisters, and then
there's this third sister.
There wasn't a flashback though.
Yeah, there wasn't a flashback. There was a friggin'
In Pinky Pride.
Yeah, Pinky Pride. There was a picture of Maud in
and
there.
then I guess in the Pinkie Pie book by G.M. Barrow, they mentioned Maud in that too.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it, and I definitely agree with you. It was kind of like, oh my god, are they actually going here? This is going to be a freaking awesome lesson that no other cartoons really cover, unless like they're ballsy cartoons or whatever. Yeah. But they almost went there.
Like, they missed.
They
missed their chance in season 2 with A Friend Indeed, and they missed their chance on this one too. So
don't forget though, there are some Hasbro executives. Not some. There are Hasbro executives who have a list, and they say, Megan, you can't break this, no punching, no racism, no violence, no lessons that will make it to where it backfires and we get angry parents calling us. There's a list. And they nail it to their doors.
Like, I remember seeing that tweet.
Sheep blood over everything.
There was this tweet from Megan that said, my favorite note about the finale is like, don't show Twilight punching Tyrek in the face.
It's cool that Hasbro is like, watch them, they're like, yeah, this is fine, whatever. I think that's cool. Because if you imagine, no, think of it. It's funny because we get so used to the stuff that we don't really remember. G3 compare that to freaking what we saw
Right,
in the
right.
finale. What the heck changed? What?
Yeah.
It's My Little Pony for crying out loud, and has her like shooting a Kamehameha wave at a demonic goat man.
That's what happens when you care.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going a little bit over, but we only got a few episodes left to talk about. So, For Whom the Sweetie Belle Tolls, I think that was excellent.
I loved that one.
Yeah,
That was a good episode.
yeah.
It's probably my third favorite of the entire season.
Sweet Belle's great.
It's my second favorite. Leap of Faith. That was the Flim Flam
Yeah, that
one.
was a Flim
Yeah.
Flam episode. So yeah, we
already talked about
yawned.
that. Testing 1 2 3. That one was great.
I love that episode.
That was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
That was really good.
Oh, everything about that. It was just all the characters got screen time except for. It's funny because Applejack's like, no, I was picking apples, and it's like, yeah, of course,
No more apples.
whatever.
Oh yeah, and the Pinky's rapping it too. That was great.
I liked it.
Traja, we already kind of talked about that.
I've seen it.
Inspiration Manifestation.
Haven't seen that.
Saber hasn't
I liked
seen that
it.
one.
It was fun.
Yeah, that
Who
one
was
was
that?
fun.
That's the one when with Rarity and Spike, the one you said you didn't see yet.
All right, so
Yeah.
there are 3 episodes then I haven't seen. So yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. And then finally, that was before the finale, which was Equestria Games, which was, nah.
So wait, was that 3 Spike episodes in a row, kind of?
No, Traja wasn't a Spike episode.
No,
What episode was? Who was that episode?
That was all main 6.
that was the swap meet
Yeah.
one when they all Rainbow's trying to get the Daring Do book, so they keep trading all the things, and
Oh,
Rarity and Applejack are together.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm just glad they made a season 4. I mean, let's be realistic. The show, for those that don't know, it was supposed to end at season 3. Like that's why it was half a season. They weren't planning on doing any more, but with the overwhelming support and of course cha-ching coming from the profits, Hasbro's like, well, what? Why the heck not? Let's keep this gravy train going. Equestria Girls, season 5, and I've heard rumors of spin-offs. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
This
well,
is
there was
now
already that
officially-
news of Equestria Academy.
Mhm.
That thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
This ride, not even
As much as I don't like the idea of it, it's
Yeah,
happening.
we'll see. We'll see what happens. They might.
honestly, if the whole thing is that like as much as I think about Equestria Academy, like oh man, this is gonna suck. Like the format of a series will change the way they do their storytelling.
Yeah,
and
it would
they
probably
might
be
able to
better than
leverage
the
something
movies.
Good out of that. So I don't know.
Who are we to be like? Don't forget, we're the guys, we're the fans who came to My Little Pony and thought this show, why is this any good? Oh my god, it's good. So it's be kind of ironic and a little bit hypocritical of is it hypocritical?
Yeah.
Right.
For us to be like to bring that same judgment to Equestria Girls immediately. It might be good. I mean, yeah. I think the TV show will be better than the movies. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
most likely.
So
Because
we'll see.
they have a lot more to work with.
All right. So that's season 4. What you all looking forward to in season 5?
I want Griffins.
Oh yeah.
Those Griffin designs were cool from Equestria Games. I want more of that.
Ask Silver Quill. Maybe he'll snap his. Oh, he's a hippogriff. Never mind. I remembered.
One of his parents was a Griffin.
What do you all think about the idea of them introducing a villain every finale or whatever? Do you all feel like that's too much? Like, is there a certain?
Well, there
point-
wasn't one for Best Night Ever or Magical Mystery Tour.
I know, but
Yeah.
like, do you feel like okay, let's list off the villains. We have Discord, Chrysalis, Nightmare Moon, who's currently
Sombra.
Sombra, Tyrek. And then I feel like there's the other villains, like kind of like Trixie,
Yeah.
Reformed.
Yeah.
What kind of villain could they do next? that has-
I'm hoping they bring back one of the other G1 villains. Is that goat guy? I forgot his name.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
He looks really menacing.
Dude, he had red eyes. He was kind of freaky
Yeah.
looking. And then I hope they don't do Katrina. 'Cause she was.
Yeah, Katrina's weird.
She's a cat dress lady. It was weird. That goat guy. What if they did the schmooze? That'd be the coolest thing ever. like Why not? They have the rights to it, so it's like we can make.
I'm still holding out for them digging into the fucking D&D monster manual since it's owned by Hasbro.
Yeah.
I want Twilight to fight a gelatinous cube. All right.
Wouldn't that be neat though if they ended up fighting those three witches from the movie? Like it's almost like Megan McCarthy and their team are like, let's go back and do this right. So we're not. I don't know.
All right. Let's go ahead and stop. And you guys have any final thoughts?
I'm looking forward to season 5. I'm looking forward to seeing how they expand the world and what new characters they throw in and where they take the main 6. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm really interested in where they go from here, you know, because this is a second season finale where it kind of feels like if they stopped here, I wouldn't be that upset, you know, because there's nothing like super outstanding that really is like bothering me at this point, you know, like it's another, it feels like another logical ending point. You know, Twilight's got her castle, she's got her shit figured out, you know, her friends are all there, so they're going to be with her as she keeps going forward. You know, Discord's like on the up and up now, so he's kind of finished. So like, again, they could stop it here. So my is like, where are they going to take the castle? Where are they going to take their characterizations? And what's up with Discord? Like, at the end of this finale, he seems like he's like super buddy-buddy with them now.
He winked. And I know you're trying to close out here, Paleo, so I don't want to open a can of worms, but was that wink more of like a flirtatious wink? Or is that wink more like Celestia?
Yeah, like he knew all along or something.
I planned this the entire time. This was planned out. It's like, what are you up to, you stinker? So
we'll have to find out.
I'm excited. I'm actually really excited to see what they do.
Yeah. Well, those are all our thoughts on season 4. Tell us what you think down in the comments and subscribe to these people if you have not. Which most likely you already are, since you're on my channel, because there's a lot of overlap. So, see ya! Bye! Hey, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it. And be sure to subscribe for videos I upload every week. And if you're feeling really generous, check out my Patreon page. And as always, thank you for watching.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, by now we're getting a bit used to winter. We're like soldiers in the middle of a campaign, growing hardened to discomfort and better able to take it.